Hello guys, welcome again to today's video. I hope you people are doing very well. So on today's video, I'm talking about cattle farming versus goat farming, a comparison of the two. So which one is more profitable? So on this comparison, we are going to compare it based on 5 categories. The first being buying of initial stock when they are still little, because this comparison is going to be how much it take to raise them from little to maturity, and how much gain or profit you get when you set them off after raising them from little to maturity. That's one head, one head of goat and one head of cattle. So what is the cost of raising them, and what's the profit margin you get? Now we are going to look at it in 5 categories: buying of the goats or cattle when they are still little, housing of both the animals, feeding slash medication, demand, and per head profit after 1 year. So it's already obvious, from the per head, because these are two ruminant animals that consume grass, and grass is everywhere. So the cost of raising them won't be that much. Now, if you're talking about buying mature stock, buying of cattle when they are little, a calf in Nigeria costs 80,000 naira now. 80,000 naira for now in Nigeria. A little goat costs 6,000 naira or 5. In fact, less 5,000 naira. A little goat costs 5,000 naira. So if you buy these two animals at this cost, what will now be your profit when you raise them and sell them off? Now, another thing you have to look at is also housing. Housing is very, very important for both animals, because when rain starts falling, housing is important for goats, because goats are animals that hate rain. They hate rain. Goats despise rain. Instead of rain to fall on goats' body, they rather allow sun to shine on their body throughout their lifetime. Goats don't like rain, and it can easily give them pneumonia. And pneumonia is one of the highest cause of mortality in goats, pneumonia, and that's exactly why goats don't like rain. On the other hand, rain doesn't affect cattle that much. Even if it's a calf, it doesn't affect it, because cows can be left in the field all year long till they mature. So cattle don't really require much of housing, because they are rugged big animals, so they don't really require much of housing, and weather hardly affects them. Under the hot sun, under the rain, they'll still be in the field eating their feed. So the next thing we have to look at is feeding versus medication. Feeding slash medication. When it comes to medication, these animals don't require much. When it comes to feeding, these animals don't require much, because they are ruminant animals. They're not like pigs that you have to buy feed from, processed feed, and give to them. No, they are ruminants. They can easily survive and grow and do very well on grass. So that's why it's always advisable that you give them enough grass. You either take them to the field, or if you're doing zero grazing, you bring enough grass for them, so that as far as they carve this grass in large quantity and they're eating always, they are bound to grow big. Now, these two animals don't require much medication too, because they don't get sick that much. All they need is antibiotics and regular deworming once in a while. You give it to them. So the cost of medicating them is not really that much. Now, the next thing we're going to look at is demand too. Demand for cattle and for goats is high. Nigeria can't even satisfy its demand for cattle, for beef, and for goat meat. The demand is very, very high, because everybody in Nigeria eats goat meat, everyone in Nigeria eats beef. So the demand is insatiable. That's why we keep on encouraging more people to get into agriculture, livestock farming, growing of plants, because the agricultural market in Nigeria is huge. And as the giant of Africa, we need to also be exporting. But first of all, we need to satisfy and feed ourselves first before we start importing to other parts of Africa and to other parts of the world. So we need to keep on growing this agricultural sector and growing it. Now, after raising these two animals, you bought this one at 80,000 naira, you bought this one at 6,000 naira. Which one do you think you make more profit from? I won't say the exact one, but in between them, you make a lot of profit. You make a lot of profit within them. But for the sake of saying it, I think there is more profit in cows, because they attain bigger weights faster. So that's why, you know, our goats here don't really do that well when it comes, because our breed of goat is, we are either raising the Sokoto Red or the Nigerian dwarf goats or the West African dwarf goats. So and their weight is not really that much. A mature West African dwarf can be weighing up to 20, 25. Same with Sokoto. Unlike if you are doing Kalahari goats or Bua goats that can weigh up to 40 kg or more. So we need to improve our goat breeds in Nigeria to be able to make more money with them. But at the same time, we need to also, you know, keep on working with what we have and feeding them very well so as they can be able to attain market weights as early as possible, so we can be making our profit from them. So that's basically it on this on today's video: cattle farming versus goat farming. These are one of the two animals. These are the two animals I really like a lot because they don't require much feeding, So, and they are rugged animals. They can do well. As far for goats, the only problem goats have is rain. But as far as you can be able to provide shade for it, it's okay. While on the other hand, cattle doesn't really have much problem. As far as they can be able to be eating constantly and, you know, taking water and you deworm them regularly, they have no problem. So that's it on today's video. So make sure you subscribe, make sure you like this video, and make sure you keep on following this channel. Thank you, and see you in the next video. Thank you.